Hello, I'm Paddy from creativemedia.org.uk and I'm going to try making some box joints. I'm just practicing, but the great thing with using pallet wood is it hasn't cost me anything, so I'm not going to waste any money on it. So all I'm going to use is an old router, which I got for £20 second hand, and a tenon saw. A lot of videos I see people are using power tools which need a big workshop in order to use them, and quite often the power tools they're using, you could run the whole job on just one of them. I'm going to try and use stuff that you could put in a small box on a shelf, because my workshop is tiny and I don't have a big garage. I can have table saws and jigsaws and chop saws and all that stuff in. So what I've done, I've cut my wood to the right lengths, got 2 short bits, 2 long bits, and I've clamped them together with a hand clamp. I guess it counts as another tool. And I've put them in my portable workbench here, which is a very cheap and nasty wobbly workbench. So I've clamped them nice and hard so they should stay together. I've set my router to a bit deeper than it needs to be, so I'll have a bit of kind of hangover on the edges, I hope, which I can sand off and make the edge nice and neat. And here's the important bit. These bits of guide wood, which is yet more scrap wood. This wood is exactly the same width as the router bit, and I've done some tests by cutting some slots and seeing if this wood fits. Actually, this wood isn't exactly the same width, so I've put this yellow tape 2 layers around on each side, and with that on it is the same width. It fits quite snugly, and I've just cut these out of the same piece of board so they're all the same width, and I use these every time I use the same router bit. I can use these to guide the positions of the slots. And lastly, I've got this guide here which I've clamped to my workbench, and this is so the router bit is just clear of the, you can't see that, can you? Just clear of the edge of the board, of the edge of the table, because I don't want to be actually grinding off bits of this every time I use my router, or there'll be no workbench left. I mean, you could do this entire job, cutting the slots, with a tenon saw and a chisel, probably, but I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. It just gets frustrating for me, and it ended up looking awful. So, my first slot I'm going to cut is just going to be straight along the edge. I don't need any of these. Then I'm going to do evens, so I'm going to put in 2 of these, and then 4 of these. I think it's too wide for 6. I mean, the wood's not wide enough for 6 of these, so I'm going to put in 2 and then 4, I think. And then on the other end, I'm going to do 1, 3 and 5, and then the slots will be kind of overlapping. Hopefully this will work, fingers crossed. So I'm going to be extra careful with my router. This is plugged in, so I'm not going to get my fingers anywhere near that crazily spinning cutter on the end, because it can do nasty things to my fingers, and I want to have them all there by the end of this video. So I've got some ear protection on because this is super loud, and importantly some eye protection too, because there's going to be chippings flying everywhere. So off we go. Going to move this out of the way as well. The less things lying around the better. Oh, and before I start, make sure your clamp is not going to hit the cutter. So this is low enough down. I've checked the motion. It's not going to be hitting anything. So first of, I don't know how many slots, 3 or 4 slots. Okay, that's number 1. Now I'm going to put in 2 of these, like I said. Wipe off any sawdust to make sure this is actually properly flush. And do the second slot. And now, 4. I'm going to check if there's room for 6. I think there probably isn't. if I try and put in 6, the router's going to be cutting along this side of my workbench, so 6 is too many. So I'm going to stick with 4. So it's not exactly symmetrical, but it'll do. So now the time's still running, so I'm going to swivel this round and do the other end. And I'm going to turn it this way, like a wheel. But these are different lengths, so I'm going to also have to line up these ends so they are in the same position. Make sure they're all level and all straight. That's good. Since these are bits of pallet wood, you may see there that they're slightly different widths, so if this doesn't fit properly, I'm going to blame it on that, it's not on my lack of measurement. This can stay in the same place because in fact it's important it does, so I'm cutting in the same positions. So make sure this is well clamped on. I'm going to check this still isn't rubbing on the edges. That's good. I think that's okay. Doesn't need to be anyway. So now I'm going to start with 1 of these rather than 0 of them. It's also important to make sure these are kind of pretty much 90 degrees across, particularly if you're doing more than 4. You could do 8 of these at once, or 10, or depending on how long your workbench is. So everything feels safe, I think. Let's go, next one. Okay, that should be done. Let's see if that's worked. So we've got 4 pins on these ends, 3 pins on these ends, but we may need to cut some bits off as well. 4s against 3s. Yeah, so I think it's going to be these thin ones we need to cut off on the 4 ends. Yeah. Didn't do a brilliant job on that. Being a bit hasty for the camera. So, how will these fit? That's good. Which end goes where? That end goes there, doesn't it? Yep. That end should go. That fits quite nicely into that. There we go. But if you saw the kind of work I usually make, and yeah, I've been a bit stupid there, cutting that bit a little bit too short because I was hasty for the camera. I should have should have cut each of those separately, but I'm rather pleased with that. It looks quite square. I don't know if I risk putting a set square on it. Have I got one? Yes, I have. Let's see how square that is. That isn't bad, actually. That's remarkably good by my standards. Yeah, so there we have a box and it's quite flat. The edges all meet up. It took me about 10 minutes to do all those 4 joints, which I think is quite quick. That's 2.5 minutes per joint. It's not a perfectly strong connection, but you'd want a dovetail joint if you wanted something really strong. So I hope that's given you an idea of how you can do neat box joints with not many tools, and quite quickly. Thanks for watching, and happy woodworking.